I blew a tire. I ejected my phone. See if I can finish. Came here last year during this event just to spectate and make videos for you guys, but now I'm actually in it and on their home team, so amazing. Hello folks, welcome to Netcruzer RC. Alright, I'm here at the Quebec Classic 2020, just completed the first night here. Arrived. Quebec Classic 2020, it's happening, even with all the worldly events and stuff that's trying to slow us down. We're doing it as safely as possible. 4-day event, Thursday night for practice. Friday will be seeding and start of qualifiers, I think. Saturday will be qualifications and some of the mains, 35 plus e-buggy mains, and Sunday is all day mains. I'm not going to be recording everything, but I'm going to give you a race report. Camper van died at the end of the last event. I'm here in the Golf R. I'm basically going to be trying to sleep out of it. So I need to deploy my little tent so I can move all the stuff over. Should be able to just like flip it out, and it should deploy all by itself. There it goes. Boom. Tent for myself. So yesterday was just open practice. I just got to learn the track a little bit. Let me show you where I'm pitted. I'm under the team associated little banner here. And so here I am. This is my little pit setup. This is really all I need is one table, one power socket, enough where I've got all my tools and gear and tires in there. So that's enough to keep me going. I am running all Tekno. There's actually quite a lot of stuff going on. Everyone's all camped out, pit set up all over here. We've got a pop-up hobby shop here. Everyone's kind of all spread out, and here's the new track layout. Still fairly early in the morning, nothing's really going on yet, but everyone's just kind of looking at track conditions, figuring out how they're gonna run this thing. So it's early morning in the pit area. Everyone's just getting all set up, getting ready to run their racing today. It's almost a full day of seeding, which is essentially structured practice that shows how fast you are, so that when we do the qualifiers tomorrow, you'll be sorted in with people that are at your same skill level. And that's what's happening, and it's going to happen for almost all day. And I'll just explain to you how my day goes. On the 8 scale EB48, I've tried 3 different tires so far. Actually, I'm going to try these ones next. I'm not entirely sure how well they're going to work out, but I've tried the medium soft reflex, and then I tried soft fugitives. So far, soft fugitives were the fastest, but I'm going to try these slide locks and then see how that goes today. As for the Tekno EB410, I still have not even tried it yet. My first round will be like 19 today, and I've still got the reverse rotation Proline positrons and then some worn out dirt webs on front, so we'll see how that hooks up. If it's not great, I have limited options. I did forget to bring my 10 scale tires, but I've got a few used options in that bag there, so we'll see how that goes today. Seating round 1 is complete, so let me show you what I did to my cars. All right, on the Tekno EB48, I tried these slide lock tires, and they actually worked very well at not falling off of the off-camber corner. Lap times were just about the same as my first initial practice out there yesterday. It's just trying to get through traffic and learn how to do the jumps. So we're getting better. And the EB410, I'm on these worn out dirt webs up front, pretty well worn positrons on the rear, and it handled great. Again, I've made no changes to this. I just keep driving it, just trying to drive it smart. Learn what jumps you can make and what you can't make, because this is a big new track. Quite a few of the jumps that you can easily make with the 8 scale, you can't make it all with the 10 scales. You make that, get on the brakes. I'm going to attempt to try and make this double here with a big run up. Oh, you can. Okay, so I could try. See if I can make it during a race.
John, Cowboy, Number, Donc, petite annonce, la cantine est maintenant ouverte. So you got to be careful about that. Anyway, it's going well. Carry on. The only technical problem I had was I did strip out one of my wings. It ripped through the wing here, so I actually just bought a team associated part, which is great because I'm under the team associated tent. Got the factory team wing buttons, aluminum ones. So we got those on there, so I never have to worry about my wing coming off again. With the EB48, I had a problem with the center. When I first came out here yesterday, one of the screws actually backed out on rotation. It got locked into the motor mount and it jammed up the whole car. So I was able to find that. It took me a while to find it and then get it out. It was totally wedged in there, so I had to really work on it for a good hour to get it out, fix it, and now we're back in business. And so far it's been fine, although I do need to keep an eye on it. As long as it doesn't back out again, we're okay. They all seem to be seated. So one of the screws here backed its way out, which is very odd. I've never had that happen before. While it's quiet time right now, we're finally just on a race break. I'll try and explain to you how to run this track. So this is a very tall driver stand, right? It's a good 20 feet in the air, I'd say, or more. Not entirely sure. Race director calls from there, so he's got a full view of the track. I like to kind of stand in the middle, but there's still a couple of blind spots in this new layout. So we start from here. Full throttle. This is the main straightaway. Full throttle, let off, try and make the corner. Then this jump has a huge kick to it. So you hit that maybe a quarter throttle, half throttle to try and land in the valley. If you hit that hard, you will get super air and land way here on the face of this back jump. You don't want to do that. So try and land in the valley, roll up the hill, brake, come down here. This one is a little tight double, so a little bit of throttle just hops you over that. Then you can get into your braking zone to try and tuck in the corner here. There's a small jump, try and smoothly run around this corner. Then this is where you got to have some strategy for this next session. You can go inside or outside. It's better to go outside or in the middle. Try and do this double, because then you're lining yourself up for another double, which is on a corner. So this one has a large face to it. You try and launch off this one on an angle and land in the valley on the backside of this double. So it's wide and it's on a corner. I've never had to deal with that type of a challenge before. It's difficult. Most of the time I'm just rolling it because it's safer. If you approach that wrong, then your car has a tend to want to roll or land wrong and crash on the second double landing. So I'm trying to do that well. It's safer to just roll it, but if you get it right, it's way faster. Then a small little jump around the corner, off this little cliff section, then you're on an off-camber sweeper 180, I guess. And this has a large grade to it, and at the bottom of this it gets all dusty and stuff. So you want to try and ride that around the corner. Then you come around here, and then we've got like a double triple section. So you got a double, another double, and then it's double. And come around here, this corner, this one here at the back, kind of unsettles your car. So I kind of roll that one. You can go full throttle off this, use it as the cliff, and then full throttle around the corner, and that's a lap. Yeah, so it took me 2 minutes to explain that. You do it, if you're really good, you do it in 30 seconds. If you're average, you do it in 40 seconds. So there's about a 10, noticing lap times and stuff, there's around a 10-second penalty to getting some of this stuff wrong. So if you can do it perfectly, you'd probably be in low 30s. All right, let's see how we do. Also, team shirts are in. So I'm actually officially on the team, John Kennedy. I mean, I've been on the team all year, but actually got shirts in. So we're doing gray during qualifiers and then orange during mains. That's the plan. So this is a 4-day race. I've really only ever been to one other race like this. I came here last year during this event just to spectate and make videos for you guys, but now I'm actually in it and on their home team. So amazing. I mean, I'm loving it, but it's stressful and there's a lot to work on and a lot to do. Seating is complete in E-Buggy. I'm in the C main for qualifications. In 10 scale 4-wheel drive, there's only one, and I think I'm 8th overall, something like that. I don't know. It doesn't really matter because this is just where you're starting qualification from. What we just did for a whole day was basically pre-qualifying, and then we'll do qualifications now. A couple of incidents did happen with my cars, though. Let me talk about that. I had my B wire on the speed control get so hot it unsoldered itself. I had to get that resoldered on. I've also now added a fan on my speed control, and then I think I also just out of safety's sake, it made me think, why did it get so hot and have such high resistance that it would do that? I swapped out my battery because the battery that I was running was a 5mm battery, and I had adapters going from 5mm to 4mm. That's apparently really bad for adding resistance, so I've swapped out my battery to be 4mm because all of my wiring is all 4mm bullets. So this is back in action. I've left the tires. See how well worn these tires are. It tends to wear the tires more on the right hand side. I have swapped the fronts. They look horrible, but they're actually getting good traction, so I'm leaving them. But I might try and rotate these too so I get a bit more wear out of them. It hooks great. So I'm not changing my tires. I'm going to ride these as long as I can because when it's got power, it has amazing traction. Now for e-buggy 8 scale, really haven't had to do much to this except for just I played around with tires. I'm back to slide locks. They're running well, so I'm going to burn those down, and everything else electronics wise is working okay. But I did have an incident after my e-buggy race where I was marshalling nitros and I got hit. So that's the road rash from when I fell down. That's the impact. So I was marshalling on a double-double, and the car crashed on the first double. It was upside down. So I ran out to go flip it over. I gave it a kind of a bad marshal. I had to wait there for a few seconds and then fix it. And that's when I got hit from behind and then knocked me right on my feet. So got to be careful when you're out there marshalling, man. So we're going to start qualifications next, and then I'll talk to you guys, see how that goes. All right, my first round of qualifiers are done. I did okay. I did better now that we're actually in qualifications. I've got the hang of the track, and I've got my traction issues kind of sorted out. EB48. I had a blowout on this front wheel, which totally screwed up my 35 plus qualifier. Nice new EB48.2. EB48 2.0, I should say. Such a hard way to say it, because there's a 48.2 and then the 48 2.0. That's the newest one. That's the 2020 car.
Triple double, stay outside, triple double, stay outside, triple double. En préparation, course numéro 15 is preparation. Each number 16.
And that's apparently all it was, because I re-glued it terribly, by the way, but it holds, and just that fix made it a whole different animal. It's awesome now. Loving this thing. So I got a second in my qualifier. The EB410 was running very well up until the last 2 laps, and then I lost all power like I thought what had happened before. But look at this. I popped a drive, and look at how old it is. It's all rusty. But I popped a drive axle out, so I was only getting 3-wheel drive. And once you do that, it just wants to balloon all the power to the area of least resistance, right? So I was able to like nurse it to the end, but I haven't even looked at my stats yet. It's going to be terrible. Set herself up for a good day qualifying.
All right, welcome to day 3 at the track. So I've just finished my second night sleeping here. Now today is going to be qualifiers 2 and 3 and then 35 plus mains. That's the plan. Let's get it there and get at it. So as part of the track prep, in the morning it's all kind of dewy, but because they put linseed oil on the track and they torch it, so the guy back there is with a portable propane torch and he's torching the track. So because it has an oily layer on it, the moisture kind of sits on top so it can be burnt off. So they heat in the oil into the track surface. It gets a beautiful groove. If you're seeing some of the later in the day, this is the braking zone here. And then when the cars turn in, this turns like a nice blue. There's so much rubber that gets laid down in here. It's a great little section. It gets a real nice groove on it throughout the day. So it's currently 7 in the morning. We're gonna get started here in about an hour and have our day 3 at Bego Quebec Classic 2020.
Okay, Marshall, Massimo. Good. Danny, good. Tommy, now. Et Richard.